Are we recording? I think we are recording. How are we doing, everybody? Chase here again, and I am going to be reviewing what you saw in the title and the thumbnail, this $25 thumb button release. And let me start off by saying this. I have never used one of these before. The only experience I have with releases is the normal trigger finger release. So this is the first time ever using something like this. And also, I do not recommend, let me say this again, I do not recommend using this for actual hunting or even using this a lot of times. My plan with this is I wanted to buy this just to get a feel for something, just to even see if I would like this type of shooting. I've spent countless hours on the internet looking through Reddit threads and saddle hunter threads and archery threads, blah, 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 about thumb releases, trigger releases, tension releases. There is so many different opinions on all of this stuff. So I wanted to get my hands on something that doesn't break the bank. There's 3 brands that I know of off the top of my head that I've heard about: Stan, Carter, and Ultraview. Like I said, I've never used any of them, but let me start off by saying, drop a comment down below what your guys' thoughts are between those 3 brands, because after using this a couple times, I am gonna be looking to definitely upgrade. Like I said, I do not plan on hunting with this. This is definitely not something I would recommend to hunt with. But that being said, honestly, for $25, I hope I can just kind of get a feel of what we're dealing with here and see if I even like the dang thing. So we're gonna give this a try and see how it is. So if you're looking for this, I'll leave a link down below if you guys wanna get one of these. Like I said though, I only recommend it if you're literally just trying to see if you like the feel of it. Shoot it a few times, but I honestly wouldn't recommend hunting with it. Here's a look at what we're dealing with. There is some customability to it. We got a screw here so it rotates this, and then there are some pins and stuff in here, and then it did come with an Allen key, and it did come with like a little wrist lanyard thing. I'm just ripping it right out of the box and seeing how it feels. Like I said, I don't plan on using this for very long. So let's go sling a few arrows. Another reason why I'm trying to go towards a button, I think, is I really got sick of having something on my wrist 24/7. So I really like the thought of having a button like this where when I'm up in a tree stand, I can just have it clipped onto my bow and it just sits there just like this. Like I said, I've never hunted with one of these, so I really don't know. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments. I'm only at 20 yards. Give her a rip and see how this goes. Hopefully it doesn't blow up in my hand, I guess, right? That felt pretty good. Like I said, I didn't adjust this at all, so I felt like I kind of really had to kind of press it harder than I would like, but really just trying to get a feel of how this is gonna be actually compared to a normal, you know, trigger release. I think I shot way low. Last season was my first ever season with this bow. This is a Prime RevX 2. I haven't shot it. It's been just sitting inside all winter. I live here in Michigan. This is my first time getting out and shooting it. This thing is not like dialed in like it needs to be, so these arrows might be kind of going all over the place, but we're just trying to get a feel on this release here and see what she feels like. I'm honestly really liking it so far. I like the feel of it, and like I said, I really like how I don't have something dangling on my wrist. That's one of the things I really hated about the normal trigger release. When I was like knocking my arrows, obviously you're not gonna be doing this when you're hunting. You know, you're gonna get there, knock your arrow once and you're done. But I like to practice a lot. I like to shoot around a lot. I'm planning on doing like 3D target shooting around in Michigan here, so I plan on shooting a lot, I guess is what I'm saying. And I just hated when I would knock my arrows, my little release would get in the way, and it was, you know, it was an old release. I know they make some that fold back and stuff, but I just like having nothing in my hand, nothing like on my wrist. Even I do wear a bracelet, but all right. This thing hasn't blown up in my hand yet, so that's good. Wow, it's windy. It is so windy out, but wow. Honestly, this feels pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie. I am really liking this. For a $25 release, I think feels pretty dang good, I'm not gonna lie. Looked like all 3 of those arrows were a little low and to the left, but that's good. They were all pretty consistent, and honestly, pretty good for the first time ever shooting one of these like thumb button releases. But like I was saying, already after just shooting 3 of those, I think I might be making the switch already, honestly. It just feels really good in the hand, and that's coming from a $25 release. So I can't imagine, you know, those Carters or the Stans or that UV button, how that's gonna feel. I do have a scale inside, but I didn't weigh it, but this thing is super, super light. And it's honestly probably just because it's not made that well. But so down in the comments, let me know what release you guys recommend, because I think I might be in the market for one before this hunting season comes around the corner. I'm gonna just throw 3 more arrows down range and we'll sum this baby up. That one looked like it was about right down the pipe. This wind's kind of got me bouncing around. Looks like a pretty good group down there. In conclusion for this video, like I said, I think I'm going to be making the switch at some point here soon. This is a great way for a budget tester to get your hands on and see if you even like the feel, see if you even like how it looks, how you can hold it, how you can put it in your back pocket, front pocket, your binocular harness, however you're gonna carry it around. There's a lot of factors that go into a release, and there are a ton on the market. So I think this is a pretty good way to spend very little money and just get an idea of what it feels like and what could potentially become your new release. Like I said though, I don't recommend using this all year round and go hunting with it, even though maybe you could, but my biggest thing for me is I would like to spend the extra money and know that I am going to be good. For example, if I drop this on concrete, this thing might shatter, I don't know. But if I buy one of the, the name brand ones that are, well known, very good customer service, will help you if you need something, you can send it back and they'll send you a new one, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? It is so worth the money to spend 200, 300 bucks in my opinion, especially if you are actually gonna go out and hunt live game like deer, elk, moose, whatever it is. The first priority is being safe yourself, but then getting a nice, clean, ethical kill. You want the best equipment that'll give you the best chances. So something like this is a absolute key necessity, so I think it's worth spending the extra money on getting something that's really well made and good. That being said, leave some comments down below for me. Which one should I go with? Obviously not this. Ultraview, Stand, Carter. I know there's a bunch of other different brands, Spot Hog, True Fire, whatever, Truball, I think. Let me know down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and maybe I'll make some other little videos with this thing. Peace.